What's up, friends and neighbors? Welcome back to Daily Vitamin D. Today, we're going to talk about whining. Quit whining all the time about piddly shit, about anything really. I like the view. That's why I'm pointing it up, because I like the view of the clouds. You don't need to be looking at all these unbuilt houses yet. Why do I even bring this up? Because I don't know if you can notice, I got ice in my beer today. It's below zero out here. Below zero. It's kind of cold. I state that as a fact. But it got me thinking. Okay, I heard a lot of people today complaining about how cold it is, right? And so it got me thinking about something I've been trying to do is to lessen the amount of complaining that I do. I don't want to whine all the time. I don't want to complain about shit. First of all, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help your actual problem to fucking whine about it, right? So why do it? And if it's a problem you can't change, if it's something that you have no control over, whining is going to be... This is why I don't like whining and complaining all the time. Because what it does is it keeps you focused on the discomfort or whatever it is you're going through. And that prolongs your self-induced suffering, right? Seneca says we suffer more in imagination than in reality, which is true. Well, our brains we can exacerbate our suffering by fixating on it. Does that make sense? I hope so, because that's what we're talking about right now. Like, for example, if it's cold out and I'm sitting here thinking about how cold it is, and I'm forming the thoughts, I'm talking about how cold it is, and I'm whining about how cold it is, I'm fixating on the cold, right? But if I say, well, it's cold, there's nothing I can do about it aside from, logistical shit. I'm going to put on another coat, blah, blah, blah. I can make my discomfort worse by fixating on it, or I can actually ignore it and go about my business, and then before you know it, it's in the background. The cold feeling, the chilliness, all the discomfort is completely in the background because my mind is elsewhere. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it's over with. And it's like, wow, time passed very quickly by redirecting my thoughts. Anyway, so by complaining about this shit, one, you're prolonging your own misery. Two, really that's the only reason why people complain, is so that they can know that they're not alone, because misery loves company. But the other reason why I say maybe don't do this as much, try to catch yourself. Be self-aware of when you're complaining, when you're whining. Because self-awareness leads to self-control, which leads to self-mastery. Anyway, other people, if it doesn't help you, it can only hinder you or be neutral. So if it doesn't help you, does it harm you? Does it actually do you harm to complain about shit? Not physical harm, probably, unless someone gets tired of your whining. But what I'm saying is, do you want to hang out with people who fucking complain all the time and whine, and they're just always negative? Do you want to hang out with those people? Would you follow a leader or a person? Like, let's just say the president was always whining. I'm hungry. I'm cold. My pants are uncomfortable. Just piddly shit. Would you think less of that person if they're in charge? Like, no, man. We don't. The only people who like whiners are other whiners, right? The last thing I want you to think about, this is a rhetorical question, but I want to leave you with this. Think about all the times that we whine to other people. and consider who those other people are. Now I want you to consider a child. A small child is with you. Do you whine? Do you whine about all the things you would to a peer or a colleague? Do you say those same things to the child? Probably. I don't. I don't go around whining to my children about all the things that I'm uncomfortable by. So think about why we don't do that for children, and just roll that around in your mind for a while, okay? That's it for today. I really just wanted to talk about some discomfort. Just ignore. There's many discomforts in life that we can just ignore because they don't matter. They don't mean anything. They're piddly. So if you can ignore the discomfort and nothing bad will happen in your life because it's not a problem, I made a video the other day about that, then you don't need to be whining about it either. Oh, by the way, if it is something worth whining about, I suggest we stop calling it a complaint. Like, hey, I'm not going to lodge a formal complaint. I don't know, man. I just reframe it. If you do have a complaint, instead of complaining about it, I recommend airing your grievance in a manner that's more conducive to actually getting your problem solved. Are you tracking me? So yeah, that's it. Quit whining, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like this video, share it, and do subscribe. May your emblem endure.